Hey gang, Rob here, finally, at last, right after almost a year. I just had a lot of stuff going on in my life, had a few surgeries, some things I had to take care of health-wise, but I'm perfectly fine, 100% now, not a problem. And I'm gonna get back to making content for this channel. And I also started another channel. Briefly, let me tell you about it. It's Roamings with Retro Rob. And I just had some things happen in my life that I realized that I'm not getting any younger and I'd like to travel. So I'm gonna center my travel on a lot of retro things. Really cool restaurants that have maybe a retro theme to them, or just really cool restaurants in general. History, give you interesting history tidbits about a location that you may not know. Some will be car related, and then talk about the paranormal aspects of that area. So, you know, like maybe a ghost story here or a Bigfoot sighting there or something like that. UFOs. I'm just kind of into that stuff in general. So, but that's Roamings with Retro Rob. I will include the link below. So if you would check that out and give me a like and subscribe there. I haven't put up my first video yet, but it's going to be hopefully out within the next week or two. I have one museum that I have to visit that was closed over Easter weekend, which I had off. So I didn't get a chance to go, but we're going to go again in a couple of days. So today we are back working on the Corvette. I am going to try and drop the leaf spring. That's what we're going to do today. I don't know if I'll do the shocks yet. I'll probably do the shocks as a separate video and then do each trailing arm, and then the I'm having a senior moment. I can't even think of the name of it. The drive shaft, remove the drive shaft, the half shafts, and eventually get the transmission out. And I still have the crane to finish to remove the shell from the body. So I've got that mostly done. I'll show you that when I'm done. We'll talk about that too. So for now, let's go under the car and we'll talk about what I'm going to do to get the leaf spring off. And something was crawling on my neck there. And I will meet you under the car. Hey guys, future Retro Rob here. I thought what I would do is let you know what equipment you need to do this job of removing the leaf spring. So I'm in the future where I have everything taken off. Spoiler alert. And I've got it laid out here on my little makeshift table. So I'm going to turn the lens around and we'll show you what you're going to need to do this. Now, you know, some of this stuff may be standard, the sizes may be non-standard. I don't know. This is what came out of my car. I'm assuming that it's the same in your car, but let's take a look. So this is from the driver's side. I've got the passenger side in a separate bag somewhere back over there. And I just wanted to keep them separate. But these are the bolts that came out of the differential that was holding the leaf spring up. And this obviously is what was holding the leaf spring on to the trailing arm and the spindle. So this castle nut is a different size from this nut here, and these two are the same size as that. So if you use a 13/16, that will easily fit. I say easily. It will fit. Come on. There you go. So it fits right over the top of that bolt. So the bolts that go into the that screw into the differential are 13/16. And this bolt is also a 13/16. However, the castle nut is not. The castle nut, for me, was a 7/8. So if you put that up there is just too loose. And 7/8 is the next step up from 13/16. 7/8 is 14/16. So, but that fits just perfectly right there. So you'll need these sockets to remove that bolt and the castle nut. For this thing, because of the housing that it's in, you will need a wrench, a 13/16 wrench, and you'll need to get it on there good. I had trouble, it kept falling off and getting onto the shaft. You'll see that in the video. And anyway, so 13/16 for that. You'll need an impact wrench, but don't use the impact wrench to get these off. Start these with a standard ratchet, and then once you've got them loose, then use this, because these will shear off, and you don't want them to shear off in the housing for the differential. That would be very, very bad. And I also had to use these two bad boys. I had to use this one on these bolts that went into the differential. Those were tough to get out. I may have used it on this one eventually as well, but they were all pretty well stuck. And of course, you need PB blaster, you need gloves, eye protection, and some nitrile gloves, because that stuff is, well, dirty. So anyway, that's what you will need. So now let's go back in time. See you shortly. All right, we meet again under the car. This is the leaf spring, right? I'll get a better shot of it here in a moment. But here's the castle nut, and you can tell that this thing is old. Let me zoom in a little bit. You'll be able to see that bushing. That bushing has got to be 50 years old, or 45 years old. What is this, 2015? And the car is a 77, 87, 97, 7, 17, 27, so 48 years old. So this is, that certainly looks like it's 48 years old. So we need to get that off. There's the housing that it's in. You can see the bolt up there in the housing. And of course, the same on the other side, right there. See, that bushing looks remarkably better. Not good, but remarkably better. It's also got some spacers under it that I didn't really notice on this one when I looked the first time, but I see them now. So it looks like it's got 4 spacers here and 3 or 4 spacers on the other side. So it's one reason I'm making this video, is to help document how I took this thing apart. So anyway, let me set this camera up, get you a better shot of the leaf spring, and then I'll wheel in the jack, and we'll lift this up and take some of the tension off of the leaf spring, so we can get that nut out. That nut's probably going to be pretty hard to get out, so I'm going to have to do some PB blasting on it. I also got to clean those spider webs off, don't I? All right, be back shortly. Okay, there's a little bit better picture of the leaf spring, and if you look right over here, that's the trailing arm right there. That's not part of the leaf spring, even though it looks like it is. So you can see the leaf spring, the differential right there. It looks pretty crappy and rusty. And then coming down over here. So it doesn't look, I mean, it looks bad, but it's not broken or anything like that. So it's not gonna fall apart just sitting there. And I've got the jacks in there just kind of as a Hail Mary in case that thing comes down. I've also got a jack. You can see it just over here. Let me turn the camera slightly. It's under the hub over here, and I've got one. I had one over there. I don't know where it went to. I'll have to find it and put it back. I'll take one of these and put it back over there. But anyway, that's just to hold it up just in case the thing drops on me. So at any rate, let's lift this thing up, and I may have to change the camera angle slightly, but let's lift this thing up and remove that that nut. All right, well, you'll notice there's no cotter pin. Please don't call it a Carter pin. It's not a Carter pin. It's a cotter, like welcome back, cotter. It's a cotter pin. And there's no cotter pin in it. So there's not one in the other side either. So that tells me maybe this has been off before. It's been a long time though. So anyway, you can see I've got my jack right here under. So let me give you my disclaimer. I am a friggin' idiot. Do not do this like I do this if it's not the absolute right way to do it and you know it. If I hurt myself, that's on me. If you hurt yourself, that's on you. This is the only way that I know how to do it. Now, I've seen other people put clamps and things like that to keep it from sliding. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to lift up on it just enough to take the pressure off to lift this part up, and then I can loosen that. So, you know, do whatever is safe, and be safe yourself. Let me zoom out just a little bit there so we see it. All right, that said, this is how I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna pause the camera, I'm gonna go get my eye protection, and then we'll come back. All right, ladies and gents, we're back. All right, I'm not gonna lift it any more than that. Sorry, I hit the camera there. All right, so that's what I thought it was gonna do. It's gonna rotate. So we're gonna have to do this. I'm setting up my lever here. All right, so it's lefty loosey, righty tighty, right? I'm gonna need to put some blaster on that. So just hold that thought. That's more than I needed, but we'll let that work its magic. hopefully this will come right off without me continuously banging the camera. I don't think that was it breaking loose. It was most definitely not. Let me reverse this. That moved a tiny bit. I'm just hoping that I can move it just enough to work that stuff down into it, but apparently not. I wish I could get something flatter in there. I may wind up having to just cut this thing off. Oh no, it moved. Hey, it moved. Freaking awesome. All right. So now I can get my torque wrench here. I like the way that fits in there, but we got a little charge in the battery. Got a little charge in my Bayou battery. We'll try and get it off this way. Because this is just going to be tedious to remove it like that. The glasses came off. There we go. Yeah, see, this thing is loose. I need to get a new one. Let's see if that'll come off now. Oh no, it's not going to come off. I might have broken it. Get the light up here closer. No, it doesn't look broken. Let me raise this up just a tad more. It might be a smaller nut up top instead of 7/8. Let me see what I've got over here. 7/8, down one, so it's 14/16. So it would need a 13/16. Let's try 3/4. Let's see if a 3/4. Oh, shit. No, 3/4 won't do it. So let me go find the right one. I thought they were both 7/8 bolts, but they are not. That is 13/16. No wonder it was spinning like that. It just doesn't want to cooperate, does it? That's putting a lot of torque on it too. What it's doing is it's falling down the shaft. This is falling down the shaft of the nut up there. All right, let's put some more blaster on it. I may wind up just having to cut it. Don't really want to do that, obviously. All right. Let's try this one more time. think I'm gonna have to get a good toe hold for this one. I got the toe hold. Woo. Now, let's go back to the auto magic one. And there we go. Came right off. Now, we'll just let this thing down nice and slow. All right, so that's one. Now let's move to the other side and do the other one. All right, here we are on the other side. We'll go ahead and put some blaster on it. Again, more than I needed, but that'll do the trick. I'll go get my pillow. Move the light around there. Yeah, that'll be better. All right. Looks like I've got that positioned pretty much right. Just raise it up. Okay, I think that's pretty well up. Just taking the pressure off of that. That light's gonna drive me nuts. So this is at 13/16. There we go. And I'm gonna have to stand up and pull it again. because that's stuck pretty good. Get on there. Come on. I need an extra pair of hands to do this, really. Seat this thing. I need my long breaker bar. Let me go find it. Okay, I got my longer breaker. I'm gonna move the camera back so I can get in there. Okay, you still see it in the frame. Good. I'm not sure that moved it. Let's explore it. Might have broke it loose, I don't know. Oh no, it did not. Glasses are all fogged up. I think that moved it. Let's see if this will do any good for us. Does not look like it. may have gotten it loose though. No, it did not. Bullshoot. Well, that's some kind of a success. Sweating like a frickin' pig. Have to lay down to do this. Whew. It's moving a lot easier now. That jack wagon was stuck on there good. I can do it by hand now. Nope. Let's finish it off with this. There we go. All right, now to let it down. It came right down. All right, so we're halfway there. Okay, we're under the differential. And we have this plate right here. There's a screw that goes there. And it's this one. And there's another one. What is it? Another one right there. I don't see another screw holding this plate in. That's for the differential. So I think just taking that one out will bring this whole plate down. Okay guys, it's a new day back under the car, and we're going to try and get these bolts loose on the differential. Not the, well, it goes up to the differential. It holds this leaf spring in place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen the bolts. I'm going to put a jack under here to hold this up, and then slowly let it down as I take the bolts out. The spider web's out of the way. So, but I think they're rusted in there pretty good. So as you can see, I put some PB Blaster on it. So we'll see. And these are 13/16. So let's see if we can't loosen them without pulling the car down on me. Okay, well, that one's good. All right, let's give this one another shot. It's not going to budge. I'm going to have to get a longer lever arm for that one. Let's try and get the other ones to loosen up. That one's not going to come loose either. These you don't want to use any type of air tool or anything like that on it, because you don't want to risk shearing these bolts off, as that would be bad. I can feel it move. Let me get that longer lever arm over here. Hopefully I won't poke you guys in the face. Well, that moved a lot easier for sure. can't get these other bolts. Sorry about that. Hit y'all in the face. Let me move this back a little bit. That should still be in focus. All right, I'm gonna try and bust this thing loose. I'm gonna have to get it at a different angle, so I'm gonna have to turn the camera off momentarily. So I'll do this and then I'll come back. All right, so made quite a good bit of progress while you were gone. Get the light out of my face. That's one bolt. I can see I'm going to have to move this thing around a little bit. Gonna have to move it because it was too close to some of these bolts. I wasn't quite gonna be able to get them out. Let me get in front of you here for a minute. All right, that should be good. So there's one bolt. All right, the forward driver's side. All right. And there's the rear driver's side. See it all starting to come down now too. Rear passenger side. I may have inadvertently stuck. Something fell back there, something broke. Don't know quite what it was, but that's out. So that bolt is out. So let's go ahead and lower the jack. Ready? Here we go. Just let it down slow. That spring is not light. anyway, it's out and down. So I'll move that sucker out of the way, and we're done with that. Thanks for watching, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get those shocks down, and we'll see maybe about removing those trailing arms and the half shafts. So we'll see how that goes. Thanks for watching, guys. Be back soon.